Alright, so now I'm a little late to the party on this one, but I want to talk about the Death Note movie on Netflix. It's been out for a couple years now, so I'm a few years too late to do this, and I'm not sure if anyone's ever going to watch this. But I didn't have an anime channel back then, but I have an anime channel now, and I just want to release my frustration on that movie. I wanted to watch it because it was right when I started to watch Death Note, and I really liked Death Note. I personally don't like a whole lot of live action versions of anime, so I don't really watch them because I just feel like they never really live up to what I expect. So I wanted to watch it because I live in Washington. I live within an hour of Seattle, and it takes place in Seattle, so it's like, hey, why not watch it? Because it's from anime I like, and it is also close to where I live. So I thought that would be kind of cool. And what's not cool about it is it has one of the guys from the Naked Brothers band, and I hated that show when I was a kid and refused to watch it. So it's kind of different to see him in a more mature role, if you will. So I started watching the anime, and I instantly just disliked it. I went in just giving it the benefit of the doubt, and I was even let down without even having high standards for it. Because I had low expectations, and it somehow went lower than my low expectations for it. Because they changed so much. Like, one of my main complaints is L. In the movie, L is sarcastic, he is funny, and he's extremely smart, and he has really good deduction skills, and just the way he does things is amazing to me because he's smart and he's just funny and sarcastic. And that's how he does it. And he doesn't really talk a whole lot so that you don't know what he's thinking, but he'll try to get you to slip up. And he's very calm under pressure. In the anime, Light and L get into a fight, and yet he stayed calm. He was always calm and collective. And when he would ask Light these questions or try to get him to slip up, he always remained calm. He always remained collective, and he always tried to press on while staying calm. And that was a strong character trait of his, I realized. But in the anime, he seemed very nervous, very fidgety. He was kind of not secure with how things were going. He had a gun and tried to chase Light, which made no sense. He was not calm at all. He jumped to conclusions while trying too hard to get L to admit it without trying to outsmart, or trying to get Light to admit that he was Kira without trying to outsmart him. Instead, he tried to more or less freak him out to get him to admit that he was Kira. And that's kind of one thing that irritated me, because L in the anime tried to outsmart Light, and he tried to get him to slip up about him being Kira. And he was just generally very smart and very calm, but in the anime, or in the live action movie, he was not all that smart in my opinion, and he never stayed calm. He was very nervous, very fidgety, and it makes no sense for his character to be like that. But then moving on to Light, I don't understand Light as well, because in the anime he is also a very smart person. He knows L is trying to get him to slip up, so what he does is they have a cat and mouse game where he tries to deflect attention away from him. And he did everything he can to deflect the attention away from him, which was challenging at times, but he always managed to do so that nothing got really traced back to him for the longest time. He was just that smart, and he was good at playing that game. And the whole anime, they just play this cat and mouse game where L tries to get him to slip up, and then Light finds a way to get the attention away from him. So that even though L knows it's him, suspects it's him, and has these ideas of how Light could have went about it, he cannot find the evidence he needs to prove it, because because Light does not give him the evidence that he desires to have. And that is one of the things that makes the anime so good. But in the live action version, Light Yagami they actually changed his name to Light Turner, I think, or something like that. But anyways, so Light, he wasn't like that at all. He didn't try to divert the attention away from him. Instead, he was just kind of, more or less, kind of like Elle in the movie. He was fidgety. He wasn't really secure with what he was doing, because in the anime you could tell he was very secure about himself and his intelligence because of the way he went about things. He knew he can divert the attention away from him, so he didn't have to be as nervous. And even when he was nervous, he portrayed the persona that he was not nervous at all, so that he did not look suspicious. But Light in the movie was nothing like that at all. You can tell he was nervous, and when anything kind of went towards him, he got really nervous, froze up, didn't know what to do. He was, let's just say, a whiny little bitch real quick. But anyways, that's what I think about that. But not only that, but Misa in the movie is just annoying. And that's all I have to say about it. I would go on, but I only watched it once like 3 years ago, so I'm just relying on that memory from watching it once and complaining through like all of it. But that's all I really have to say about this whole thing. The anime was way better, the movie really sucked. I gave it the benefit of the doubt, I set the bar very low, and I watched it because it took place in Seattle, and it still let me down. Which I was surprised that let me down so bad. If I had to watch that Death Note movie again, or Avatar The Last Airbender live action movie again, I would watch Avatar The Last Airbender, because that was a better movie than the Death Note movie. And if that's not saying something, I don't know what is, but that's all I have for this video. Don't forget to subscribe down below, become one of my first subscribers, and enjoy the rest of your day.